Well, it's only 24 hours after the running of the MH Tour at Bankstown on Monday afternoon. What a great race. Congratulations to trainer Kevin Bizzuto, driver Wes Komorowski pulling out yet another superb drive getting home Lurum Lake. Taking back-to-back tours. It was a great day at Bankstown, but days gone by, wonderful memories. And I'm going to catch up with a gentleman who was there during the glory days of Bankstown and is still there 48 years later, Joe Mauro. Well, Joe, what a wonderful day it was at Bankstown on Monday afternoon. Truer day. Great to see people there, but both of us can remember greater days, particularly at Bankstown on Truer night.
We remember, yes. We remember when there was a lot more people, better race, but still is something that we're looking for every year.
Yeah, tradition, we must keep it there at Bankstown with the Truer.
Of course, not only mention the name of the old people, but it's good for the young people to think about these things.
Joe was working for Sky Channel during its very early days, Sky Channel in those days, covering a Truer meeting. They had to close the gates.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of people come there every Monday. The book market was full there. There was about 50 book market, and there used to be about 200, 250 us in Bankstown. It was full. 48
years in the business, all at Bankstown. You've seen a lot of people come and go, but during the halcyon days, Joe, Paul Fitzpatrick was telling me there would be over 300 horses trained at that particular track.
Yeah, there was time when you couldn't get a stable, and people come from everywhere. I remember even Blanket used to stable my place, and they used to bring a lot of goals, good memory anyway.
Wonderful family area, the Fitzpatricks, the McDowells, J.E. Binskin and Darren, but also Vinnie and Bob Knight would stable their horses there. David Aiken, of course, was always there, the Aiken family, and Andrew Peace. So Bankstown was the place to be.
Yeah, everybody looking forward to come to Bankstown, and there was good money and good rice, and they come from everywhere, yeah.
How did you get your start in harness racing?
Well, I started with my uncle. I was helping my uncle in Croydon Park, and eventually convinced me to buy a stable place in Condor Park, Bankstown. Because I liked the game so much, that's what I did. And I switched from being a builder to work horses. And I still do.
Joe, and your uncle was none other than John McNevy, someone that I had a lot to do with for a number of years. A wonderful man, a wonderful trainer-driver during a very talented period of racing at Harold Park.
Yes, I remember Johnny had a good eye for a young horse. And, he buy horses like Don't Retreat. He bred Only Dream. Regular events, already in. He had a lot of success with a lot of goals, and I learned a lot from him.
What was the main lesson you learned from John then?
Well, he used to say to me, when you go to race, you always got to know what your horse can do. And I'm still sticking to that.
You just brought up a horse that brings back fond memories, a horse that I used to have an investment on every now and then, Only Dream, knee-high to a grasshopper. Sometimes John did set her a task. She'd come via Glebe Point Road.
Yeah, when she first started, she was a bit mad, but Johnny had a soft spot for her because it was the first horse that he bred and was owned by the sister and John, and she's always was a good try. Very nice horse.
And she became a real Harold Park favourite.
Yeah, everybody loved her because it was so small, but she was a good try.
And to pay respect to the memory of your uncle, you use his colours these days?
Most of the time, yes, I use his colour, and after he passed away, I just even named a horse after him, JP Memory, and he won a few races for me.
You've had a lot of success, Joe. You haven't had a lot of stars, but you've always had nice horses.
Yeah, always I like to have a horse, Andy, that can win a race or two. That's my favourite. And in the old days, I used to have a horse like Watakia, New Zealand horse, mare. She won a few races at Harold Park, and I even buy Local Honour as a yearling. I broke him in, get him in going, won a few races, and then I lost him, but he ended up to win a derby.
Yeah, he won a Queensland derby for Jimmy Carlson. He was a very nice horse.
Yeah, he was a good style, really good style. That's why I wanted to spell him and give a chance to grow, and the people that took it off from me. But that's when he started to win more races as a 3-year-old.
Being involved in harness racing at that time with your uncle John, a lot of trainers and drivers, they were very close friends, no doubt. Laurie Moles, and you had the likes of Cyril Caffin, J.E. Binskin, and they didn't mind getting out to an Italian feed every now and then either.
Yeah, they always used to tug off after the race. They go with John, all the best restaurant in Leichhardt, that they used to enjoy the meal. don't drink. They used to love the company, and you know, a lot of people that mix with Italian people. So that's the way it is, you know.
As I said, 48 years in the business, and as you mentioned, as a 13-year-old, you started out in the building game.
Yeah, I started as a young boy in Italy. I worked for 5 years there. When I was 18, I moved to Australia with my family. Being such a big family with 7 kids, I had to work hard to help my family. And at the age of 25, I got married, and I have my own 3 kids. And I moved to Condo Park. I wanted to learn different tribe. And unfortunately, I lost my wife. I had 3 kids to look after. But, you know, that's what life is all about. You're going to be tough to survive.
And as you mentioned, you did lose your wife early. You had 3 kids to look after. And that is the reason why you didn't take up driving.
Well, that was the reason. I started to drive the Chingana, but unfortunately, I was scared something happened to me and my kids would be by themselves, all 3 young girls.
Before your family, you were just a hobby trainer. Then once you had the family to look after you, you took up harness racing more serious.
Yeah, I did get to the stage at 10, 15 horse. And then later on, I just went for hobby. That's all, you know. I'm maybe just to try 2, 3 horse.
And you have had success in sire stakes racing?
Yeah, I won a couple of sire stakes. I won a Yemenangle, you know, I won a Newcastle sire stake. And I placed a few Aero Park on the big sire stake.
Recently turned 76. Congratulations on that, a couple of weeks ago. But what a birthday present you received, becoming a great-grandfather on your birthday.
Yeah, that was something that I thought never achieve. But it's good now to see all these kids grow up and make me feel young again.
Well, you still look 76, Joe. It's been great to catch up. They're having a bit of a reminisce about Bankstown and your career, and in particular, your uncle there with John McNamee. Wonderful days, wonderful memories of Harold Park.
Yeah, it's always a big good thing about them, and you know, I'm looking for still to win a race and keep it going.
You've got some nice horses going around at the moment. You recently got Outside Fighter into the stable. All sets being very consistent for you.
Yeah, Outside Fighter has only been there 4 weeks. I got a win and a place, and maybe today we'll go very close. And I hope both they go all right. They're honest, you know. They're not champion, but they're honest. I'm happy with that.
Well, Joe, you're very passionate about your family. You've looked after them so well for many years, and you also been very passionate about harness racing for 48 years. Good to see that passion continue.
Thanks a lot.